Good evening, welcome. Got you on handy cam, just have a quick walk around the messy pit that is the workshop. So mission tonight was to tidy up the workshop, but we've had a bike come in, so it's a fairly straightforward one. So I'm just going to do a quick video on this. We'll do a quick walk around the bike, and then we'll just swap it out. It's a fairly straightforward one. All I'm doing is taking the 30 that I've got on one of these off. I think that's the 30. And we will be sticking it on that wheel there, on this Mavic Cassette wheel, so that we can see if it fits in here with the chain length that they've got. So the reason I'm a bit dubious is, oh, that's already a 50-34. I said I would check. I just need to see what we are at regarding how much chain play we've got in here as to whether it will take another tooth. I think it will just without having to upgrade the stick a new chain on it, because the chain's not long enough. So I don't know if you can see now. If I put you down there, you still see? No, you can see bugger all. Right, let me stick you back in your little house, and we will we'll explain hands-free. On the microphone's working. So what I can do, it would help if I talk to the mic and not the drawer. I'm fishing around in at the moment. Just trying to find the link extractor with the hook on, because it's a mess in here. Really do need to tidy up today. So today, mission, we'll do the bike, we'll tidy up, and then I'll do the other things on another video. So we will tidy up in this video. Just going to see if it's in here. Desperately trying not to tip everything off the top down the back. Can't see it, which means it's probably on the side over here. Just all the wheels out of the way. Wait out, it could be if it wasn't in here, to be honest. We've got that one. Ah, there we go, it is in here. Right, so what I'm after is this. So what I'm trying to do is get it so that I can take, so we are going, right, so I'll show you a trick for counting costs now. If it works, it doesn't always work. Right. So just put that on there. We count that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that's the 28 of that one. So we are adding potentially 2 teeth to it. So that would be 1, 2. So what I've got to do now is see if we can put it back into its top gear. Alright, and see if we can fit another 2 teeth in. Right, so that's 1, 2 teeth. That's slightly over 2 teeth taken out, and it's on a bit of a stretch, as you can see, but it will fit. So it's good enough for them to let them have a go with it, but ideally we need to drop a chain in there with at least one more link, because this is what it would look like with one link extra. And that's still quite stretched. So maybe it does need the 2 links. So it must have been quite tight anyway, which is unusual with that being a compact 5034 on the front. You'd normally run that with a little bit more slack for exactly this reason, so you've got that ability. So let's wang this back, and then we've got to do the same thing with this one and just check that I have actually got a 30. And if I haven't, I've got to go and find a 30 somewhere else. The same thing with this now. I'm pretty sure when I checked this last time that this was a 30, not a 28. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. That's the 28 as well. Bugger. Right. Let's have a look at this one. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's the 28 as well. Right, let me go and have a hunt for some more. I haven't got much room here, so we're going to have to start a bit of a tidy up now, because I'll have to use this as a workbench. That's going to hang my guards back up, not back in the right, that adds almost got a bit of space left. Right. Ooh, what's that off? Oh no. Right, so somewhere there should be a extraction tool. It says and a chain whip. Chain whip. And appropriate big spanner. Hopefully it comes off and doesn't remove my knuckles. Come on. I've been having a lot of trouble with this one recently. It's I don't know whether the chain's not the right size for these or what it is that's causing the problem. Could just be user error. God, that's untight. Oh, that was well over tightened. Wasn't me, by the way. This is another wheel off another bike. Right. So if we dump that wheel out of the way, the old right. So we've got to line the fat one up. I don't really want to try and turn this lot round, so we're gonna go for broke and try and get it all on in one go. Wow, look at that! I don't think I've ever managed to do that before. Of course, I haven't taken the quick release out, so I'm already hampered. Well, we'll just give this wheel a quick once over before we just chuck it on the bike and assume it's all good. Oh my god! Yeah. They sound rough. So we will have to tell them about that. So it's one of the athletes at the club that I coach. So Kate's one of the ones that I picked up that asked me to do some coaching for her this year. Yeah, no, I had it on the right way. Come on, Toller, what's up with you today? She's been buying a few bikes. Well, the hub fit, the freewheel's okay, but the central bearings, they are not very happy at all. Of course, I've discovered all this now. I've put that on, but before we go any further, let me try it on the bike, and then if it fits, we will. I might strip that down and have a look at that to see if I've got any. I don't know if I've got the tool for getting that off though, and I might need a pin spanner for that, which I haven't got. Not with those tiny pins anyway. Right, so let's get me back in the room. So I'll just drop the other wheel off. We'll get this one back in, see if we can get it to work. Shouldn't be an issue getting it in. It's whether or not I'll take that top gear. Now, what we can do as a temporary measure, even though it was a bit tight, is technically you're not supposed to be big ring. So all you've got to do is just remind them to keep out of the big ring. And I didn't really want that to happen there. My favourite bit of the evening when I can't get that in. That was really nice. Need to know how I managed to do that. It's going to be one of those days where I'm just destined to be filthy. Right. Oh, it just. Right, so it does work. We've got enough play left in it. Actually, you know what? It might be the freewheel because it's not. No. Even when I'm let's get it up some speed, I can still feel it. Right, I'll just ping the owner and see what she wants. There we go. We're going in. So I haven't heard back yet, but I'm just going to do a recce just to see if I have got the right bearings and can actually do it. Shift that one over there. Find all my missing spanners, which I can't. I'm assuming somewhere on here there's a load of missing spanners. Let's do away with that. That's for another project for another day. I haven't got room to put it in there. Just dump it over here. Dump it over there, not for the best. Right, let's put that away. Move the studio. Oh, now we're getting a bit of space. Oh, we've actually got a red light on. Maybe we've got this battery to come back to life. I don't want to move this. This is something else I'm trying to fix that I wasn't going to video that you're not supposed to be looking at. Somewhere there's some, pretty sure they're not in here. I've lost them down there. They're in there, no, they're not in there. No, they're not in there. I don't know where they are. In there, no. This is where I find out that I've actually been up to the other workshop, and all the tools I am trying to find are up there. Hold on, that might be it. That might be what we're looking for. I can't see the phone. See what you're looking at. That's good enough. Right. Yep. And guess what? All of them are missing. What, all of them? Yes, all of them. That's a 6. That poor unit's falling down the hole in the floor, and every time I open the door, it's trying to fall over now. Chuck that in there. Put that on there. Right. So these usually have a screw thread with some way of unlocking them. So I'm just trying to see if I can see how this particular beastie unlocks. So I could do it wrong and it might not unlock. Not on my shift, it might not anyway. Nope. I suspect that has to come off. So I suspect if you unscrew that and put a pin in there, and you put a special tool on there to unlock that. I haven't got that special tool, so I may have to improvise. Just trying to work out the best way to do that, whether to put it in some soft jaws in the vise and undo it. I think that's the only way. I might have one of the jaws that I use for that might fit it, but I don't appear to. No. Looks like it might have to be a soft jaw job. Right, let me just... Right, let's see if this works. No. I need to put some rubber in there as well. Nope. It's not having it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work like that. I think we need some rubber. Let me see if I can find a piece of rubber. I don't think we've got a piece of wood that will do this. No piece of wood that will do that. That definitely needs a bit of rubber. Right, let me find a bit of rubber. Are you back? It would appear that the plot thickens. So there's actually a this collar here is threaded onto there, and actually this piece comes out because that's an adapter as if it was a through axle. So I'm not even sure if I need to take that off. I certainly need to take it off if I want to get the bearing out, but I'm not sure what that gets me now. I'm kind of hoping that there's another, now I've got that off, that there's another piece in there so I can take that out. And the only reason you need to take this cap out is to actually drive that bearing out of there, or that in some way is there to set that bearing position. So I'm kind of hoping that that's a really big Allen key in there. And I think we've got a really big Allen key that fits it. Yep. No, it's got to be that way around because it's awkward. So hopefully now we can unscrew this. Yes. There's no reason for any of this to be really tight. So I don't know if you can see that. This is a voyage of discovery with this one. I've never done one of these Kasem hubs before. Assumed that they were just going to be simple. You just get the end caps off and then the hub comes out, but it would appear not. It definitely is a ball raced piece. That looks a bit blue. Don't know why that looks so blue. Aha! Now we're going somewhere. Now I think that the Graunchy one was, oh, Gordon Bennett. Yeah. So now what somebody's done is somebody's been in there and packed it full of grease. But what it wanted was the bearing pulling. So I'm kind of hoping now that they haven't screwed anything else up, and it is only the outer bearing that's the problem. And oops, what that's got that off. I didn't really want to take that off, but well, it's a good opportunity now because I can. Right, that bearing in there, smooth as butter. Now the good thing about, and that looks like just a ceramic bush. So I don't know if you can see, that's just a ceramic bush that. So the inner bearing, which is the one that normally goes on the freewheels, on this particular bike is just a ceramic bush, which is actually probably about the best thing you could wish for there. So that's okay. Let me just check the tangs carefully because I don't want to lose any of these bits. I didn't intend to take that off. And there's another ball race in there, so there might be another one in the center, but that ball race feels fine, as does that ball race there feels fine as well. So I don't think we've got any issues there. I think the issue is with that ball race there. Now I'm going to have to be really careful how we get that one out, because I don't want to lose those tangs off there. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a tie wrap round there to protect it so I don't lose it. So if you bear with me a second, let me find the tie wrap. I could just put some tape around it, but I think for this purpose, I think the tie wrap's the better option. Because all the tie wraps are all in upside down now, because they all come out the bag the other day. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slide a tie wrap over there, and it'll pin those tangs in, and it'll stop them when I'm braying the living daylights out of that bearing, anything happening to it. Now, one of the things I'm going to have to do is just check I have got a bearing that size. Back. Try and get myself a little bit of space. Right. Let's try and get a feel for what size bearing it is. That outer there is so thin. How they press that bearing into the middle of there, I do not know. But we're looking for something that fits in there with. We could get the micrometer on it. I think it's does that one fit in? So it's that bit there that sits on it. So what we need is to find a bearing that fits over there. Not that one. So the ones we've tried can go over there. I think these might be it, because these are front bearings these are wheel front bearings, so they should be a similar inner dimension. Yep, right. So the question is, does that fit in there? It does. Right, job's a good one. We have got a bearing. So how much are they? They are fibre. Let's see if I've got any ceramic ones. So I might have some ceramic versions of that as well. No. No. Oh, I've got that in there. Oh, there's one of. Oh, do you know? I knew I've got one of them somewhere. It's one of them flexible, and another one, and another one. They're all over the place. We've got loads of them. No, that's the bottom bracket. No, I think that's it. I think they're the ones. So all we've got to do now is just persuade this to come out. Now, it might be that it wants to come out anyway, but we're not going to be that lucky, are we? I think I'm going to need a puller. I might have a bash with the No, that's not going to work. Sometimes you can tap them. You can tap them through. Let me. If there's any doubt about how noisy this bearing is, there you go. She's a coming out, whether she likes it or not. I do have some other options to try if this doesn't work, but this is probably the best option I've got. Of course, I wrecked the thread on this trying to get that bottom bracket out on the other bike, so I'm not holding my breath that this is actually going to screw in. Without taking my knuckles off. Right, wish me luck. Boom, first time. That's how you do it. Oh dearie me. That's a horrible little puppy. So this has ended up being what was going to be a quick budget, right? Bung it back together, give it back to said owner. Somebody's been in there before me. Somebody has driven that bearing out because there is scuff marks in there where you can see somebody's had a screwdriver down the inside of there and had a bash at getting it out. So that's a bit worrying. And it's absolutely smeared full of grease in there. Right. Need a bit of lube. Get a bit of lube on the job. Ooh. Yeah, there's a nasty ridge in there. Right, that one's sorted. I hope I can remember how all this goes back together. Of course, I didn't see where I put down the nice, fresh, new ball race that I found to go in this. And now appear to have put down somewhere and can't find. Now, if I was me, where would I put that ball race? Oh, come on. Let's get another one out, aren't I? As soon as I do this, it's going to show up. I mean, where else can it be? Unless I've dropped it. I'm collecting up all the bits that I've taken off. Probably an air stuck to this tray. Right. Tray's there. New ball race. Here. So hopefully this will go in without having to drive it in, because it seemed fairly... Is that in or not? No, that's not in. Right. At this point, normally you'd use the old ball race to drive it in. The old ball race is still attached to that. So we will just free the old ball race. So glad I didn't have any important plans for this evening. Oh, come on. Yay. I have no idea where that ball race has gone. That's a fiver's worth of flipping ball race that's disappeared on here somewhere. And the problem is when you find it later, if it's covered in fluff and everything, then you're like, well, I can't use that now. Because you don't know if it's an old one. I really don't want to lean it on there. I'm going to have to though. Oh, we've got a low battery. Oh, that's it. That'll do. Right, did you hear it change? So that's in now. That is something you find that's common. The outer race is slightly wider for doing exactly that. You get the old bearing. Oh, that's like butter now. Is that the skewer then? Right, I'm going to have to swap you back. So we need to start putting this back together. I'm just going to put a bit of grease inside there just to help the movement of the axle. Not because it needs it for any other reason, because it's a sealed ball race. I'm just going to try and get the safety clip off I put on as well without exploding all the bits everywhere. Perhaps I shouldn't have done it up this tight. I'll have to get the flipping it's over one of them, just doesn't want to get over the other one yet. That's what I didn't want to happen. Yeah, one of them's popped out. Never mind. Fortunately, they do look fairly straightforward, these. Just do not lose that spring. Right. Whew. I think what we'll do to be on the safe side is we'll grease up the inside of this rather than me try and smear it around. Normally you'd put it around the flappers, but I'm that worried that we're gonna lose these when they go in. Now with these, it's they're the same with most of them. You've just got to depress the flapper in, and it should. Surprised they only use a 2-flapper device. 2 tangs, 2 flappers, whatever. So I've just got to be careful now it doesn't spin. It should stay on, but if you rotate them quick enough, it folds the flaps down, and you can get it through the other side. So I think what I'm going to do with this is, no, I can't do it. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can put the outer race back in, because I think that should be okay to do it that way round. Hopefully that won't cause any problems, other than I can't grip it. Right, that's hard up. So the way these are fairly accurately machined, so nothing should be massively done up tight, which is why I was able to just tap it out with the drift without actually doing any damage to any of the holes. So we're all good there. And as it happens, I would have been able to get access to that anyway with that. So I'll just re-lube this up. Potentially I could put white grease on this, but there is a rubber seal there, so we're just going to put the red grease on to help that on its way. It doesn't need any grease anywhere else, to be honest. Just a little bit round here, and the reason being is it's, again, not because it needs it, because the grease actually just acts as a barrier for water getting through more than anything else. Come on. I've had to manually refill this one, so it's been a bit flipping awkward. Right, so if we stick this in there now, we should be able to get that too. Oh, that's like butter now. Right, so we'll stick this in this side. It's got quite a long thread on it, this one. I'm killing the battery that I haven't put on charge. So in theory, if I drop that big Allen key in, and I'll find the 5 whenever it's disappeared to, because I do appear to have lost it. So since we've lost it, we'll use this 5 just to snug it up, and then I'll tighten it up with the I think I'm going to have to adjust that. I am going to have to use that as an adjuster. Thought I might. Oh, we haven't quite got it tight enough. I don't think it will go any tighter though. Oh no, no it will. Right, don't let that fall off there. That would be a disaster. Right. So we'll back this off a bit, so it does look like this is a really tight fit on a tiny thread, deliberately. So if you put this through, and I tighten this up, I should have some free play in it that I can then put the rest of it in. Hope if I actually fed it all the way through. Still don't know where that's... I am losing so much stuff today. Six. In there, no. No. I hope. Right. Let's have another go at this. So if I tighten this up, I should be able to get it all the way in. Nope, that's too tight. So we just need to back that off there. See, I've got an ideal tool for this. I don't know why I didn't use this earlier. I'm just going to slacken that off a bit more again. What I'm looking for is I can lock this one on this side right down. Doesn't need to be massive amounts of torque again, as I said, because they don't actually spin. The bearings run on them. Don't think we're a million miles away there. Right, the question is now, can we get this done up? last adjust. I think that is possibly running on the no, that feels spot on. So let us drop this in. Stick this one back on. That way around. That's weird. Now that one's tight. Why is that tight? Who knows? Oh, very bizarre. It's a very interesting setup on these. I might have to go and read up on them because there's no shims in it at all. Right, that's spinning good. Maybe a little tight. You've got to allow for the bearings warming up. So you normally do them finger tight and then undo them a quarter of a turn. Yeah. And this one's still tight. So I've got a funny feeling we're going to be doing this a few times before we finally get there. That feels okay. I suspect somebody's been in here and done something and they've not set it back up right, or they've missed the shims off. So I'm going to have to read up on this because that bearing was absolutely stripped to pieces, and I suspect it was stripped to pieces because of that reason. That the person who put it back together did initially what I've just done, but didn't check afterwards. Yep. Let's go and see if it's noisy. Right, we've got the wheel back on. You can hear it's a lot quieter now. I do think it needs shimming though, so I'm going to read up on it. I think somebody had it to pieces and lost a shim. The freewheel is a little bit draggy. that bearing's at least quiet now. Right then, we'll pop that off. That's interesting. It must be for when you haven't got holes, extra holes, and you need 2 bottles. Ever seen that before? Oh, well, never. Right, that can go back. Let's just check it. See if it's got Planet X head nut. No, it hasn't, so that's good. All good. Never actually gave the bike an M check, did we? Well, the front wheels are fine. Brakes are good. So that one needs winding down. The back brakes are a little bit sticky. Yeah, it feels like the coating's coming off the Teflon coating's coming off the cable. Well, it'll free up with use. Just want to be cranked in a bit. Yep, that's good. Right, we can send that one on its way, and I can carry on tidying up the shed. That's her other wheel, and we'll see where we end up with that. Boom. Right, tidy up time. It's a good TV, I'm hardly being here. I'm not even going to hear this because this is all going to be on time lapse. Can't get in there. Need a rag bag. Let's just chuck them in there for the time being. That's fuel. That wants to go in here. There. Piece of air equipment. Who's that? Lube. Just keep moving stuff around. Some point we will find that missing bearing. Right, where can I put this so it's not in the way? Don't flip inside. missing one. What, love? Yes. That's Kate's. That's Kate's. Yeah. That's on there. Let me dog. Yes, love. Yes. Right. I think we'll call that one a wrap. It's a little bit tidier. It's going to get a proper clean out shortly, but at least I can actually get to the desk to work on stuff now. So we'll call it a wrap there. Hope that was useful. I'll let you know if we find anything out about that, the shimming on that thing, because I think it's missing a shim somewhere. I might have a look around on the floor, see if it fell out when I took it to pieces, but it would explain why that piece was blue and the bearing was absolutely destroyed if it wasn't shimmed, so I'm not expecting to find it. Anyway, let's call it there. Job's a good one. I took the freewheel off again, had a quick look, and guess what I found inside the freewheel, shoved to one side? A 0.5 millimeter shim. It goes actually inside, so the bearing that's on the end of the axle, the small bearing on the end of the axle hub assembly, and there's another little bearing inside the freewheel hub. That shim sits in between both of them, so when you tighten it up, it pinches them both together, and you can't over tighten it. Whereas there was a gap between them, it was trying to crush them together. So now that is brilliant. It's not dragging, and I was then able to tighten up that side properly. So I knew it wasn't right. So there you go. Follow your instincts and don't lose your washer inside.